mullast murelõhna hool muudab aja. Tagasi ette hetke toob, seda ongi vaja. Seda ongi vaja, seda ongi vaja. Ainult hetke tuules suudlen kevadet. Avatuks jääb aken tuules, kuulen taevast vett. Ainult hetkeks tuules sulgen huuled suudluses.
You probably haven't heard me say that before. Sorry, it's just funny. I feel like I'm like a parrot. In Estonian, you say parrot when people keep, or somebody keeps saying the same thing. But I'm gonna say it just one more time, okay? Oh no, actually that's a lie. This place is so beautiful. Like, oh, I'm just like walking and there is a flower bed in whole forest floor, and it's just like blowing my mind. And I saw this tree that has fallen over, and can you see those flowers right here? The flowers are still growing on the tree trunk, and it's just like it feels so surreal. But yes, as you have noticed, I am back in Estonia because I had some bees that I have to take care of, and also I have to go to the doctors and do some testing because guess who can't feel his fingers now and then. So we need to do some more testing for Lyme and see what is happening. I'm doing a new treatment, but blah, blah, blah. I don't want to talk about this. It's such a beautiful day. And I want to say a few words about Finland because I'm just like, it felt to me, right now it feels to me like I was in some kind of fairy tale, really. 3 months in Finland this winter were absolutely insane. I would use this word insane. And I had no idea that Finland is so beautiful and just like so magical. I don't know what else to say. I've been to Finland so many times when we were young and playing basketball, but I never went up to Lapland. And the things that I saw there just like blew my mind so much, and I'm just like so grateful to have been able to experience all that, and I just needed to give it a big shout out to Finland. Your country is so beautiful and so magical. Like the winter, the snow, the northern lights, the clear skies, the whole vast Lappish scenery with no human touch. I mean, it is absolutely incredible. And if it wasn't for my Lyme disease and for my bees, I would probably still be in Lapland. It was super hard for me to leave that place behind and drive back, and I was like getting anxious. Even the thought that I have to go back home here. I mean, I love Estonia. It's my home, obviously, but it was just like it just came exactly in the right moment, and I needed this break from everything and to go someplace where I don't know anyone. And the Finnish people were so kind and so nice to me, total strangers, but I don't know. I don't even have words. Like I had zero negative experiences. Like there was not one time when somebody was rude to me or anything like that. I mean, I did stay away from people most of the time, so maybe that's why. But the people were so sweet, and the land itself, and the landscapes and the views, and the hiking trails and the mountains, and you know, the wildlife with with the reindeers roaming around, and it was just it literally feels like a fairy tale, that I came away from a fairy tale, stepped out to the real life. Even though walking here right now, it doesn't seem real either. But I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to the Finnish people, to everyone of you who have joined my channel during these last 3 months. I know there are quite a lot of people from Finland on my channel now, and I just want to thank you. You were so incredibly sweet to me, and it really touched me. Your comments and the way you welcomed me to your country, and gave me encouragement and good words, and it was just, I didn't expect that, and being told that Finnish people are so cold and reserved, and to get so much love from you guys, it was incredible. And I can say that I don't see Finnish people as cold and distant and antisocial at all. I think you guys are incredible, and you made my 3 months there absolutely amazing. And I just want to thank you really from the bottom of my heart. I am already planning a trip to go back to Lapland. I must see Lapland in the summer. I hope that I can make it back there for the midnight sun, you know, the polar day when the sun never sets. And I am already like thinking where to go. And but it will depend a little bit if the borders are going to be open. You know, right now the border was closed with Estonia, and it's also gonna be dependent on how my treatment goes with Lyme disease, and if I'm gonna feel okay, because I think that is the #1 priority that I have to look out for right now. But yeah, it's just like, Finnish people, your land is so magical. You are so blessed to have this as your home, and to see that you're taking a good care of it. I don't think I saw one piece of trash on the ground, and that you're taking care of each other by, you know, just having a really highly advanced society with people following the rules. I already forgot how to lock my car, because everybody told me it's okay, you don't need to lock cars in Finland, nobody's gonna steal anything, and I just felt really, really safe there, and I think one of the main things as well that gave me a lot was that Estonian hospitals were full a month ago because of COVID patients, and a lot of people who needed help from a doctor couldn't get it because there was just no resource or no spots in the hospital. And it was a scary thought for me, you know, as someone who is going through a chronic disease, to know that if I need help, you know, it might be not there for me. I might not get the help that I needed because of the COVID situation. It was a really scary thought, and I felt really relieved to be in Finland at that time, knowing that the hospitals are okay, and if I need help, I'm gonna get help. And what a crazy month it was for Estonia. I think we learned a big lesson, and the situation definitely got out of hands. But it seems to be calming down right now. The number of sick patients are going down, so thank God for that. But yeah, Finland, thank you, and everybody. If you are thinking about going to Finland for a holiday in winter, I mean, right now you can't obviously because of COVID, but once the borders open up, do it. Just do it. Don't second guess it, because it's such a beautiful experience. I'm really liking my office today. This is such a pretty environment. Okay, I want to just say, I just want to give you my top 5 things that I enjoyed in Finland. But I was really interested to know your opinion. So if you could, please leave in the comments what you would want to do in Finland, or if you're in Finland, what you think are the main things that you would recommend for a tourist to do in Finland. But here's my top 5. So number 5, I would recommend the reindeers. The reindeers are so cool. So just to go and take a maybe little tour with the reindeers, or feed them, and just to get to know them it was a super cool experience for me. So I would recommend that. That's number 5. Number 4, I would say, would be the hikes. The hikes on the nature trails. So there are so many nature trails, and they were just absolutely beautiful and so interesting and challenging as well. For if you want to climb up to the mountains, I would definitely do that, and maybe do it with the snowshoes or with the skis or something like that would be really cool. I mean, there is so much more to explore. I just saw a little glimpse of what Finland has to offer, but the hikes were just unreal and so beautiful. So I would definitely recommend that. My number 3 would be getting to know the Sami culture was so interesting to me. So I would really suggest, if you go to some museums that talk about the Sami culture, or I will link in the description my favorite place where I went in Inari, and just to learn about how people used to live, and I mean, to some extent live to this day in such a harsh climate, and how they survived, and the whole culture. It has so much to it, I just felt it was so interesting for me to learn about them. And then when we went and actually visited one of the Sami, they say poromes, in their home, and it was really good to speak to one of them one-to-one and ask them questions. We went to their traditional hut and made some coffee and just talked about life, and it was so cool to hear how those people live and how they used to live back in the days. I just found it so fascinating. Number 2 would be the Northern Lights. For me, they were incredible. They were absolutely unbelievably powerful, especially up in Utsjoki. They were really they were out every night almost. You could see them unless it was cloudy, but they are really somebody would commented that under my video as well, that looking at them makes you feel so small, and it is so true. You feel like you are nothing in this universe, the tiny dust particle, and it was a memory that I will remember forever. And it was more insane and pretty than I imagined it to be. And I would say to go on Northern Lights trips and really drive up north to see them really strong, away from light pollution. I mean, that was just incredible. Okay, and my number 1, you probably already know that, and I am a little bit biased with that, but the husky safaris of Finland are absolutely incredible. Best experience of my life. It's so much fun, but I mean, you have to take into account that I am a dog lover. I love dogs so much. So for me, obviously I was gonna enjoy it. But I would say that the safaris take you to places where you can't reach by car, because there is so thick snow on the ground. So you can really get this view of the landscape from a very different perspective, and to interact with the dogs and everything. It's just, I think if you go to Finland, you have to try it. That's my opinion. But already I made a video about it. Just bear in mind that there are some husky companies that maybe are not so responsible and don't really treat the dogs to really high standards. So just make sure that you make your research before, or if you want to learn more, you can watch my video that I made about the husky safari. But it is an incredible experience, and that is my top 1 thing to do in Finland. So please let me know in the comments, what would you suggest people do in Finland? There was one thing that I didn't try that looks super cool, and that is ice climbing. So we saw some people do it actually in a canyon, and it looked incredible, insane, a little bit scary, but I would definitely want to try it sometimes in the future. But yeah, I mean, this video is just meant to show my gratitude and to let people who follow me from Finland know that I am so grateful for you and this whole experience. You made it so beautiful for me, and I can't wait to be back in your beautiful land in the summer. I hope to make it happen. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to my rant. I already said it a million times. I'm gonna say it more. Now I'm gonna say million again, but million things you could have done in your life. You decided to watch my video. I really appreciate you. Your support means everything to me right now. As I'm trying to get my channel to work, I would really appreciate if you push the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And take care. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.